What's up everyone, it's your girl Shay here and welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. And as you can see by the title of today's video, I'm actually going to be doing another tiered list, but this time it's going to be a shoujo anime tiered list. And I actually found this list on Tiered Maker, so I myself did not make this list. And just to also give you guys a little bit more of a heads up, I will also be going through like what tiers this person has on their list, and some of these animes I do not know, so they're most likely be putting into the haven't seen list on here. These are also my opinion on some of these shows, and since this is mostly based off of like what the actual like picture this person chose, some shows I may not know just based off of the image alone, so I might automatically put them in the haven't seen when I've actually seen them. Just letting you guys know a little bit in advance. And I will, hopefully this one has a bigger tiered screen compared to my previous video where I tiered the BTS reality shows. So yeah, hopefully this one works out a little bit better. Hope you guys enjoy it. And yes, I'm back in front of my previous, background of me in front of my bookshelves like before. So yeah, get used to this setup for now. Don't know how long I'll do this setup for, but let's get started with this video and I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's go. All right, so let's get started. So here are the tiered lists that I have. It is God tier, A, B, C, D, F, trash, and then haven't seen. So let's get started with the first one on here, which looks like it is Say I Love You, and I'm actually going to put this into C tier. It's not bad, but it has been a long time since I've actually seen it. This was actually also a manga that I actually wanted to finish or start reading because I know that the anime didn't actually have the entire story. So yeah, I'm putting it in C tier. It's not God tier. It's definitely C tier. Next one is a show I have not seen. Automatically going into haven't seen. Next, it looks like it's Vampire Night. Let me make sure this is the case. Yeah, this looks like, yeah, definitely Vampire Night. So I'm going to put this into D tier. And I think this is probably just based off of the manga maybe, but the anime wasn't bad. Like, I thought it was okay. It had a really good premise. But I don't know, there was just something about it that didn't make it that great. Once again, it's been a while since I've watched Vampire Night, but yeah, definitely wasn't the greatest. Definitely was not. Nah. Snow White with the red hair, I have not seen. Haven't seen. Kami-sama Kiss actually was really good. I actually enjoyed this. I'm gonna put this in B tier. I know this has multiple seasons. I think I've only seen the first season. I'm gonna put it in B tier though, because I actually really did enjoy that. Fruits Basket, oh my God. Gotta put this in God tier. Because of the simple fact, Fruits Basket has taken so long to get a reboot. I remember watching the original when I was in college, was very upset that it wasn't completed, and then had to read the manga to find out what was gonna happen. So now that they've completed it, it is definitely God tier. It is such a good show. It is definitely like kind of like your typical shoujo, it got romance and stuff in it, but it has this great premise dealing with the zodiacs, which is why I have to put it into God tier. Because not only, it doesn't have that angst, it doesn't have like that stupid like high school romance-ish-esque thing that I have started to hate in a lot of shoujo shows. Also, it was just such an emotional ride. God tier. Gotta give it God tier. Next is a show I've seen, but I cannot remember it for the life of me what the title is off the top of my head. Feel free to comment below what the actual title is, but I have seen this. I do know that the main premise of the characters is that they are complete opposites of each other. I gotta put this in B tier. It was actually really cute. It was also it was such a great romance of like falling for someone that you didn't think you would fall for. These two characters were opposites of each other, but they were both kind of the same, really enough. The boy is short, the girl is tall, and so people kind of found it weird when they kind of started to date, and at first they had a love-hate relationship with each other, but their first kissing was great. Loved it. Nana. You know what? I'm gonna put Nana in God tier because Nana was such a great show. I remember when I first ever watched this, I actually dropped it during the very first episode because I was like, this ain't my show. But then like years later, I picked it back up again. I think I was right before my 25th birthday. I started watching it again, or trying to watch it. And I was obsessed with it. It is such a good show. The characters are amazing. I love how the two characters have the same name, but they are complete opposites of each other. Only thing I hated was that the anime was finished, but the manga was still ongoing at the time, and the manga doesn't have an ending, but it is still God tier. I definitely recommend people watching this show. It is so good, and the music is amazing too. Next is, I think, another show I have not seen before. Gonna put under haven't seen. Next is Maid-sama. I'm gonna put this under C tier. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. It was okay, if I have to be honest. Another show, just like with Say I Love You, that I've never finished the manga, or I never really read the manga. So that's why it's in C tier. Wasn't bad, wasn't good. It was all right. Next is, I've definitely seen this one before. This one is, oh my God, I can't remember what the name of this is also, but I think it's like Wolf Girl Black Prince or something like that. I don't know. I'll also put it under C tier. I think this is probably just gonna be, C tier is gonna end up becoming the shoujos that I remember I've seen, but for the life of me, I cannot remember what they were about. But yeah, I'm gonna give it C tier. It was all right. Next one is, looks like Cardcaptor Sakura. It is Cardcaptor Sakura. I'm gonna give it B tier. I'm giving it B tier purely because of the fact that I watched it subtitled when I was in college, and I remember watching the dub when I was like in elementary school. But after watching the subtitled version, I'll give it B tier because it actually is really, really good, and I enjoyed it a lot more. I do know that they have another like Cardcaptor Sakura, like the Invisible Cars or whatever. Haven't watched that yet, and the movies were great too. So yeah, I'm gonna give it B tier because of childhood and also rewatching it when I was older. All right, this is Kiss Him, Not Me. I gotta give this a, I'm stuck between C and B on this one. I don't like how the entire, well, it redeemed itself though. You know, I'm gonna give it B tier. I thought about giving it C tier because the premise was that at first the girl was not the most attractive, but she's really into watching like boy love animes and stuff like that, and she watched the show, got really depressed, lost a lot of weight, and then a whole bunch of boys started hitting on her. So it didn't have the greatest premise at the beginning, but then it redeemed itself when some of the guys started to just purely really like her, not based off of her looks. So yeah, I'm gonna give it B tier. It was all right. Special A. Oh, I remember this. It took me a long time to watch it though. I'm gonna give it C tier. I don't entirely remember it, but I do know that it was a show that I really wanted to watch when I was in college, and it took me the longest time to be able to find it where I could watch it legally. It took forever because everywhere that I tried to watch it either didn't have it or it was like removed. This was like during the days where I would definitely like illegally stream a lot of the anime that I tried to watch because I was a broke college student at the time, and streaming was not like how it is now. So yeah, I'm gonna give it C tier. It was all right. I don't really remember it. Sailor Moon. I'm sorry. I gotta give it God tier. This is purely because of the fact it is one of my favorite shows. Granted, I can look at this show and also know what are the complete issues that this show has, but I'm still gonna put it God tier because I enjoy this show so much. It just makes me so happy. It was what got me started into anime in the first place. So I gotta give it God tier. Gotta do it. This one I have not seen. The next one I have not seen. This one I have not seen. This one I can't tell whether or not I've seen this before, and I have not. This one definitely have not seen. I have not seen a lot of shoujos. I need to start watching more shoujos. Ouran High School Host Club. You know what? I'm gonna give this A tier. I'm gonna give Ouran High School Host Club A tier because number one, I really want this show to have a second season. And secondly, because of the fact that just like with Nana, it was a show that I tried to watch the first episode of, could not stand it at first, and then started rewatching it later and then completely fell in love with it. I love this show so much. I love the dub. I was obsessed with it. This was also a show that I would put on so much because it made me happy. So anytime that I was sad or anxious or anything like that, I would put it on and I was like immediately just like the happiest ever. Like I love this show. Or on High School Host Club, definitely recommend. Definitely gotta watch it. Ichizuru Kiss. God tier. God tier. People might not like that I put this as God tier, but I'll tell you why I'm making it God tier. This was a show that I stayed up all night to finish. I started watching it at like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. And I'll never forget when I was watching it, it was when, for us, I think it was fall back. And so we gained an hour. And it hit 2 a.m. and I was still watching. It was when time goes back and time went back. And I was like, well, I can stay up. I stayed up till 4 a.m. watching the show. I love it so much. The manga's amazing. I love the fact that the manga and the anime had two very different endings because of the mangaka. Unfortunately, the mangaka passed away. And that's why the manga and the anime have two very different endings. But they got her husband's approval to like do the anime and end it a particular way based off of like where her ideas were going. The manga is great though. I just hate that for the manga, for the omnibus version, they're all out, but they're super hard to find. So I only have up to volume 10, and I think there's like 12 in total, or maybe up like 12 or 13. But I only have up to like 10, so that's the only thing. But yes, this is God tier because I stayed up all night watching the show. Skip Beat. You know what? I gotta give Skip Beat. You know what? I'm gonna give it A tier. And here's why I'm going to give Skip Beat A tier. I wish, number one, that they gave it a second season. Because, again, this show only has one season. I think it only has like 12 episodes. But it is so good. To me, this is a great show of like learning to like stand up for yourself and also love yourself. Just because of the fact that, which is ironic because of the group she ends up being a part of. But anyway, she goes with her friend, and her friend becomes this huge star, but she's kind of like not dragged through the mud, but he really takes advantage of her as far as like how nice she is. So she tries to like become something of herself and join like a rival company, which she ends up doing. But it's A tier purely because of the fact that she realizes that she does have a particular strength when it comes to acting, and she's great at it. And she's also learning to like not like gravitate towards like, I guess like not really much what other people think about her, but like their expectations of her, if that makes sense. The manga is amazing. I'm not completely caught up with the manga, but only thing I wish is that the anime had a lot more into like her backstory, like the manga kind of does. That's the only thing that I wish. But once again, I really want a second season, but they don't have it yet. This is a really cute picture for the next show here, but haven't seen. Okay, this is We Were There. I gotta give this a C tier. It was good. Very much of an emotional show, emotional roller coaster of a show. I hate how it ended. It ended in a way where you thought that was it, but in reality the manga was still ongoing. So it had this weird kind of like an ending that left it open for a second season, but also if it didn't have a second season, it wasn't terrible. So yeah, it was all right. I just hated the main male character because he took such advantage of the main lead female character. But yeah, it was all right. I'm gonna give it C tier. This one I also have not seen, but I've heard of it. Have not seen, but I've heard of it. Kare Kano, I believe is the name of the show. You know what? I gotta give this show as trash. I actually own this show. And I think it's called His and Her Circumstances, is what it's called. Not Kare Kano. His or Her Circumstances. I gotta give it as trash. Because of the fact that I liked it. It was all right, but I couldn't get into it. And I watched it this in college. I remember I bought the DVD, and like I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't get into the storyline. I know that they're very competitive with each other when it comes to their grades. They end up dating each other. And then, like, I know at some point during the show, the animation completely changes to, like, the characters on popsicle sticks. And I was very confused when I started watching that. And it happened. I was like, what the hell just happened to this show? So, yeah, trash. Trash. Just trash. Next one. I haven't seen, have not seen. I've seen this show, but I'm gonna give it a C tier because I don't remember it completely. But I did enjoy it for what it was. All right, Utai no Prince Sama. I'm gonna give it a B tier. Actually, scratch that. I'm gonna give it a D tier. I really did like the first few seasons of this show, but when it got to a particular point, I didn't like it anymore. I still liked the music for like the first 2 seasons, but I think when it got to like the 3rd season, I didn't like it as much because it wasn't a lot about the music anymore. I don't know, it just wasn't hitting like it did the first 2 seasons. So yeah, I gotta give it D tier. I know that a movie came out for it. I know there's a game for it. The movie I never watched, but I heard okay things about it. I just wasn't into it after a while, so I gotta give it D tier because of the seasons after. But first season and second season, those were great. D and Angel, I've started watching it, but I haven't finished it. So going based off of what I've seen of it, I'ma just put it under haven't seen because I don't think I can give this an accurate rating because of the simple fact that I still have not finished the show. This one, don't know based off of the picture. Haven't seen. Brothers Conflict. Honestly, I really enjoyed Brothers Conflict. I'm gonna give it an A. I enjoyed the concept of the show. Basically, all these brothers of hers are stepbrothers because her mom remarries. I enjoyed it. I really wanted this to get a 2nd season. It never did. But I gotta give it a B tier. Oh, sorry, A tier. It was great. Okay, there's still quite a few shows still left on here. Haven't seen. Have I seen this show? The people look familiar, but no, haven't seen. Haven't seen. I have so many shows I have not seen on here. Haven't seen. Oh, I've seen this one. I'm gonna give it a B tier because it was really, really sweet. I thought it was really, really cute. They were adorable with each other. So yeah, I gotta give it a B tier. He was really sweet. And he really, I don't know, I liked it. B tier. Let's see, this one, haven't seen. There's a lot of shows I haven't seen. I apologize, you guys. Haven't seen. This looks familiar, but haven't seen. I'm blind too halfway. Haven't seen this one either. There's a lot. I need to watch more Shoujo. Haven't seen. I've seen this one. I think there's Know How to Ride, something like that. I'm gonna be honest. I might have to give this not C tier. Actually, I might have to give this C. No, I'm gonna give this B tier because I remember this, and I remember I was really into the show for a hot second. So yeah, I'm gonna give it B tier. Wasn't bad. It was all right. Haven't seen. I'm just placing these. It looks like something I think I've seen before, but I can't remember, so I'm gonna go under haven't seen. Let's see, this one definitely haven't seen. Looks familiar, but haven't seen. Okay, this one I have seen. Something Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun, something like that. Trash. I know a lot of people like that show. Trash. The main reason why is I didn't even finish it. I turned it off. It's a show I definitely dropped. I couldn't get into it. I couldn't. I didn't like that show whatsoever. So yeah, trash. Just trash. Haven't seen Toradora. You know what? I'm gonna give Toradora not D tier. I just gotta scroll up. Give me a second. B tier. I'm gonna give it B tier purely because of the kissing scene. Because that kissing scene is iconic. So yeah, I'm gonna give it B tier. Haven't seen. haven't seen, I think it's probably the last one that I have seen, and that's Orange. I'm gonna give Orange, honestly, not D tier. Sorry, not D tier. A tier. I love the concept of this show. I thought it was great. The manga's amazing. It is kind of triggering though if you're someone who are triggered by like certain, you know, mental things that happen on in this show. But it was great. I enjoyed it. A tier. And last one is Banana Fish. I haven't seen Banana Fish before, so haven't seen. But yeah, so there you go. That is my tiered list of shoujo animes that this person put on here. There are other shoujo animes that I have seen that were not on here. But yeah, so I didn't create one myself. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed what I have on here. So we have God tier, we have Fruits Basket, Nana, Sailor Moon, and we have what's called Itazura na Kiss. In A tier, we have Oral High School Host Club, Skip Beat, Brothers Conflict, and Orange. In B tier, we have Kami-sama Kiss. We have the show that I cannot remember the name of. We also have Cardcaptor Sakura. We have Kiss Him Not Me, Kimi ni Todoke. I'm probably saying that incorrectly. No How to Ride or Ao How to Ride, something like that. Totodora also in B tier. C tier, we have Say I Love You. Then we have Maid Sama. We have Wolf Girl, Black Prince, something like that. Next we have Special A. Then we have We Were There, Boku no Gaita. And then C tier, last one is I think is something My Little Monster. There you go, that's the name of the show. D tier, we have Vampire Night, and we have Utano Prince Ama. F tier, No One Maze. F tier, trash. We got His or Her Circumstances, and we have Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun in trash. Then the rest of them I haven't seen, which is a lot. So yeah, that is the list I have on here. Hope you guys enjoyed that. So yeah, I'll probably do another one soon, but that one will probably be on shoujo manga that I have seen and me, or shoujo manga that I've read, and then me tiering them. Once again, I'll probably find a list that's already made on Tier Maker. Let me know if there's any other like things that you'd like me to make on Tier Maker, or any other like shows or anime related stuff or K-pop stuff that you would like me to like rank. I will probably definitely do that. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below your thoughts about this. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, then you don't. That's fine. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already. Links below all my social media accounts, my Instagram, my Twitter, and of course, I also have a TikTok, so please feel free to check me out on there as well. And I'll see you guys soon with a new video next week on Wednesday. And yeah, that's about it. Like I always tell you guys, stay positive, stay nerdy, and stay healthy, and of course, please stay safe. All right, you guys. Bye.